Hello guys, we are here on boat tour. It's about to start in 45 minutes.
I'm going to hand the mic over to your pilot today. He's going to tell you a little bit about himself and give you some rules and regulations.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Evan. I'll be your pilot out here today.
Alrighty, folks. Now, our first point of interest on our tour today is going to be coming up on our right-hand side here. So almost this, we call it Higher Rock. Yeah, Higher Rock. Of course, I'm only kidding. We actually call this one Romance. Between these two rocks is also the junction point of 4 different counties here in Wisconsin: Adams, Columbia, Juneau, and Sauk. It's kind of hard to see right away, but once you do see it, it's hard to not see it. Ahead of the boat, at roughly our 2 o'clock position or so, you're going to see a triangular shaped rock that kind of sits out of the side there. Now, we like to say that this is a nose, the slit above it are eyes, the slit below it is a mouth, and the vegetation around the rock is a headdress. Now, we don't know Bailey. You're going to see what we call the old riverbed. Now, we won't be taking the old riverbed on our tour today because it is only about 3 feet deep, and the Viking, does draft about 6 feet into the water. Now, the channel on the right-hand side, that one's called the Narrows. Now, if you guys look on our left-hand side here, you are going to see this rock that kind of sits out of the side. Now, if you look about 30 yards upstream, you're going to see another rock of similar size, shape, and vegetation. It's a bit hard to see because of those trees, but that second rock has that slow narrow. So, any guesses on why it's called the Narrows?
It's really hard to guess that.
Smart crew. Yeah, it is because it's extremely narrow. Now, the Narrows is actually the narrowest part of the whole Wisconsin River. The narrowest part of the Narrows coming in at only 45 feet wide. Now, to put that into perspective, it's about 90 feet deep here, so it's double its depth as it is its width. Now, before Wisconsin was known for our beer, cheese, and green bay, says Leroy Gates, Dells and River Pilot, 1849 to 58. Now, it's in this shaded area of the rocks under that dark band. The easiest word to see is river, and it's easiest to see with your sunglasses off. Did you guys see that? Yeah. It's a bit hard to see this way, so when we... It is not the Titanic, yeah. Now again, coming up on our right-hand side here, you are going to see this flat slab of rock. Now, we call this the Giant Shield, and we use it as a natural water marker here in the Wisconsin River. Now, a lot of times the water does stay at the base where it is now, but every once in a while it does creep farther up that rock. Now, on our left-hand side here, you are going to see another island out here on the Wisconsin River. Now, we call this one Steamboat Rock because early aerialists said that from above it looked like a pumpkin seed-shaped steamboat. And you may see that we are entering the left private resorts here in Wisconsin Dells called Chula Vista. Now, Chula Vista roughly translates to beautiful view, and I think we can all agree that they certainly do have a beautiful view. Now, this beautiful view that you guys see around you did not always look as such. In fact, in the early 1900s, this stretch of land along the river was actually quite commercialized and looked a lot like what you would see in downtown Wisconsin Dells. Sunset Cliff, and we call it Sunset Cliff because it does sit due east, and when the sun sets in the west behind you guys there, it reflects all of the beautiful oranges, yellows, and pinks onto the river. Know this in case you have any medical restrictions and you can't join us today, or you just don't wish to, that is completely fine. You can stay on the boat with Evan. Now, like I said, this is a C-shaped trail, so we'll be walking all the way around it, and we will not be retracing our steps. Once again, we will not be retracing our steps. We're going to be dropped off at the right dock and picked back up on the left one. That does mean that if you come back down onto the right dock, you'll be taking the self-guided swimming tour.